Poet Society, repping hard with the East Coast family, Witchcraft. Y'all wanna take the microphone away from us? Nah. Hey yo, Tone Spliff, tell the people what it's all about.
I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I check.
Me and the mic got a relationship like a periodic table. Sometimes I feel control like I am attached to a cable. So let's face it, I'm in this matrix, got me opposite and complacent. Running for my life, but they're Elohim are adjacent. It's like everything I do originates in the basement. I make music all the time, so my legacy won't be wasted. My ink forever on the page like it's been eternally pasted. And each and every personal demon or fear I face them. It's like I need a Baker, the rapture of this boom bap attacking me. Capture no matter the time of day I'm doing. My creator asked me. I'm overloaded with information like mycelium fibers, and I grow beneath the surface of the ground deeper than sea divers. Like Judy Garland and Lies, I got a mother load of stuff to get off my chest before I explode. The older I get, I'm wiser. With all my heart, I'm harping off this topic of restarting from the point I'm embarking and marking permanent like a Sharpie. I write so much my arms, cognition like octopus tentacles. With politics, I'm skeptical with my 4 eyes because of my spectacles. I turn a 2-step to a mosh pit, color me out like a wash. I've been into the multiverse like a stain, but don't come out in the wash. I'm very special like Mary J. Blige, and nothing about me is comical, comedy central like Tosh. Yo, which poets the ones you're checking for now? It's been a long time since COVID, but now back in front of a crowd.
Cause I grab the mic and try to say yes, y'all. They try to take it and say that I'm too small. Cool, cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet. Cause I grab the mic and try to say yes, y'all. They try to take it and say that I'm too small. Cool, cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet.
Me and my microphone go way back like an imaginary friend. I write radiance and illuminate the page ever since. My brain bionics and embryonic, so unique it's exotic. It's addictive to the years like I was an ocular narcotic. My music spread like a plague, materialize on the page. Deep as the ocean's coral pain and emotion like Andy Warhol. Like an astral plane between the hemispheres of my brain. Like a crown chakra, indigo blood on the lion's mane. Rudy Ray giving you more good times like dynamite. It's way down in the jungle, deep dynamic like Dolomite. Cause never in my life have I been this eager. The kind of music that soothes souls like my name was Bob Seger. Like the essence of Trenchtown. Those 3 little birds flew over lions in Zion. It was the gong that I heard. It's like, hey young world, the children's story's absurd. I am a wolf in sheep's clothing, hungry to eat the herd.
Cause I grab the mic and try to say yes, y'all. They try to take it and say that I'm too small. Cool, cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet. Cause I grab the mic and try to say yes, y'all. They try to take it and say that I'm too small. Cool, cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet. Cool, cause I don't get upset. Cool, cause I don't get upset. Cool, cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet.
Ooh, man, oh man. That joint right there, man. Generation Life, man. Generation Mike featuring Tone Spliff. Yo, shout out to Tone Spliff. By the way, Tone Spliff is on the podcast, and he took over the podcast and he bust that ass on the podcast. You feel me though?
Nice. Yeah. He's always working. That's a dude like every week, every weekend. Like I know he's like me. He's always got to record something every week, put something out all the time. That dude works hard, man.
Yes. But yo, this is Let's Chop It Up with Ziz, and today we got a special guest, man. Witchcraft. What's going on, beloved? How you feeling today?
Good, man. Like just good. Just you know what I'm saying, reflecting on a new week, you know what I'm saying, and excited, you know, for a lot of things that, you know, that's out right now, and a lot of things that I'm doing, and I'm just working with a lot of great artists and producers, and you know, just God has just brought all these people to me, you know what I'm saying? I can't even make all this stuff up, you know what I'm saying?
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. You know, like I was telling you before, man, it's your music is a breath of fresh air, man. It's amazing. Your energy, the way you give off, you know, you could tell that you really love hip hop, man. And, you know, to see that it's something that's truly amazing. Definitely.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that. Growing up with KRS-One, Rakim, Public Enemy, that was like Slick Rick, that the golden era was like just a reminder and a push. Those guys were like, because I had no father in the house, so those guys were like my dad and my uncle, and so I always felt like I was picking up a lot of great inspiration from these artists and listening in, you know, and chiming in and only sharpening my skills through freestyling with friends and performing. And, you know what I'm saying, just love doing it every year, you know, just try to always put as much as I can into it, you know.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. You know, I follow you on social media and Instagram. And man, even the freestyles that you do, man, when you have like the person, you know, like they do that side by side. And man, or just out of nowhere, man, you know what I mean? You at the gig and you looking up, you know, looking up the you know, the postings, and you come up and you you going crazy on the mic. I'm like, yo, it's amazing, man, because you know what? People don't understand that, you know, the moves you make others move or makes others moods, right? So you might brighten somebody's day that's having a bad day, man. They see you on there rhyming, you happy, you smile, and you show that you love it, or give inspiration to others that really need it. Because let's be honest, man, this music stuff is not easy. You know what I mean? I mean, we can go on and on with it. You understand, you know? And sometimes people need that push. They go, man, look, man, he's happy. He's doing it. Well, maybe I need to start taking it a little more serious. You know what I mean? And you don't know what happens after that. You know, like you said, you're working with amazing producers, amazing artists. So you never know what comes about it, you know? Right. So to me, you said you've been doing this since 80 something. Well, guess what? Your time is now. You feel me?
Thank you, man.
You take advantage of that. Take advantage of all that heat you're getting and all those eyes that are on you, on your videos and the way you put yourself out there. You know, the greatest, you know, opportunity is the greatest marketing. And when you do it yourself, nobody markets you better than yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? People always waiting for somebody to say, yo, my friends don't post my shit. Dude, really? You're really waiting for your friends to post your stuff? You're waiting for people that you hang around with to post your stuff? The people that are going to post your stuff are the people that don't know you.
Right.
The people that don't know you are the ones that got you like this.
Yep. You're totally right. Absolutely right.
You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes we kind of, we it's like we depend too much on certain people, and you can't do that with this music stuff, man. Because you know what you were gonna say?
That's wisdom. What you're spitting. That's wisdom, man.
I'm telling you, man. I see it every day. You know, I see it all the time. You know, and at the end of the day, there's so much money out here in the world, man, that there's enough for all of us.
Right. Yeah. God is an abundant giver. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Totally generous.
So what you feel about that? You know, honestly, you don't care because you still do you. You know, the way things are, the industry, you know, has there ever been a time where you saw yourself about to do something and then something happened because maybe you were expecting someone to put their hand out?
Yeah,
you have to say names, you know, but
yeah, but well, I was in a group when I was real young, when I was 18, and we would shop in our stuff. This was before social media and all that stuff. We were shopping our stuff to different labels, and we were up in Columbia Records. And I remember, you know, I was waiting for this A&R to be like, you know, well, you know what I'm saying? You could do whatever you know, you're creative. You know, I had this big ego going up in there, but at the same time, I was expecting them to embrace me as an artist, you know what I'm saying? And instead, you know what I'm saying, you know, there was a lot. I think at that time, if I would have gotten signed, I probably would not be alive today. You know what I'm saying? Like just from all the influences and all that stuff. So I needed my spiritual roads, you know, to go down in order to get to this point, you know what I'm saying? Because when I was 18, I was really good, but up here I wasn't, and in here I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I needed a lot more, you know what I'm saying, before I was I'm glad I didn't get signed at that time. I was close a lot of times. I've gotten nervous records, a few different looks at that time, you know, just from being out there all the time, you know, and I'm glad it never really surfaced, to tell you the truth, because I'm still here, you know.
Save the best for last, man.
Yeah.
Save the best for last. Sometimes I always say, man, you know, when you don't feel it in your heart, man, that wasn't the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You should be happy. You
Right.
should be proud. You should be amazed.
Thanks, man.
The response you're getting off of this new release, Generation Life.
Yeah.
Talk about that, man. How you came about that? What was the whole setup with Dead Poets and the way you set everything up, the features you got on there, the DJs you got on there? Because you definitely went back to the essence to do this release. Tell us about that.
The Dead Poet Society, man, them guys are just always in the lab all the time. They're hard workers like me, man. They're just very focused. Every day you might see a new beat come out on their page, and you know, so I approached them, and because we already did the Sunwalker that's on my Face the Mask album. That's how we started working together, and then I was like, I really appreciated the way they engineered, the way they produced. They did every little nook and cranny is super important to them, and I really appreciated that, because that's how I am with my words, you know. And I make beats too, so I was very impressed, because it was another level of making beats, you know. And I was like, dude, I really wanted to do a documentary, and hopefully we can do that, because I wanted to show them the audience the contrast between MC life and production life, what it's like to put the hours you got to put into it at the time. So I'm hoping I could still do that documentary, but that was the intention of Generation Life. And then to speak on all the different aspects of family, father time, a mother's rage, you know what I'm saying? My relationship with my music, my daughter's eyes, you know what I'm saying? All the different things. And, you know, and then, you know, definitely ending off with father time, which is about the process of grieving, you know, and I think a lot of us are afraid to talk about that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because we're all losing people to viruses and drug addiction, where it is these days, and you know, the world's crazy. So I just wanted to talk more relatable topics to people, because I know everybody can relate to the process of grieving, even if they're grieving an old defective character or anything of their own personal stuff, you know what I'm saying? So grieving is a process overall, you know.
That's true, man. That's true. And it's crazy because, you know, everybody says, oh, you know, because you know what? I think we're living in the days of like where people don't watch what they say before they say it.
Oh, I know. What happened to the filters, man, or the boundaries?
You'll get over it. Don't worry about it. In 2 weeks, you're still going to remember them, but it's not going to hurt as much. Man, get out of here, man.
Yeah. The words have power. Words have power, you know, and that's why it's important for MCs to breathe that life, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, with the way everything's going around us in the world, and even in our own neighborhoods, it's important to understand that that music and all that brings life, like you were saying before. And it's important that we uplift instead of pull down. Like, I could sit on the mic all day and talk bad news, but I'd rather give somebody something, like you said, to make their day a little better, you know what I'm saying? You know, something like that. Music is life, you know.
The uplift, man, the uplift.
Yeah.
So what kind of response are you getting from the new release?
I'm definitely happy with all the great DJs out there that have been playing it. That's really what's most important to me right now, is that it's getting to the masses all over the world in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a magazine, a podcast, or whatever, and just that the people are able to embrace it through all those. That's more important to me right now. And the response I'm getting overall, like on Instagram and everything else, for me personally, I don't what it is. I just don't check stats. I usually just kind of like keep my tunnel vision onto my music, and the better it gets, I'm sure the better the response will get. So like, that's all I know is I'm loving it. The DJs are loving it. That's what I'm really, and people too. Well, like you inviting me there and
that's a great response.
Yeah, that means a lot. That means more to me than anything else, you know.
No, definitely, man. You know, like I said, I put this platform here so that, you know, people can have a chance, you know, to connect with their fans, you know what I mean? And you know, when I was coming up, we didn't have these kind of platforms right now, you know, that we have now. And let's be honest, maybe 3% will end up going to Hot 97 out of the 100%.
Yep.
So a platform like this, it's like, yo, go check out Witchcraft, yo. He was on Let's Chop It Up with Ziz. Let me go check him out. He's out there. He's he's talking to people. That's what I wanted, and I think that's what we're doing, and we're growing. And yeah, man, I'm happy to have you, man. Definitely happy to have you, man.
Appreciate that.
So tell us the journey from when you go into even creating the album or whatever you're about to release, the writing, from picking beats to saying, okay, this is it. We're going to give it to the world. What's the process for Witchcraft?
Yeah, definitely. The inspiration first. Like, I really like to like you said, pick the tracks, man. And sometimes I'll pick some of these producers' beats that they may have made 4 years ago, because I just might hear something a little differently than they'll want to hear me a lot of their new stuff. And I'll be like, sometimes I just want that old raw, gritty, stuff from like 4 or 5 years ago. And it's amazing the stuff that I picked that they wouldn't think I would pick. But once I pick them, I kind of like sit with them all, like they're people I'm meeting in like a conscious, a collective conscious, you know what I'm saying? Like I sit with the beat for a while and I find that inspiration to what I want to talk about. And most of the time it comes real easy. Like I'm so grateful. My penning been dead in a long time. So anytime all these great producers, they're sending me these classics and I'm like, okay, it's time to write. But then every now and then, I make a relationship with some of these dudes, you know what I'm saying? And we become friends, and we make music through positive vibes, and so we it's not just me, it's not just my process, it becomes our process, me and the producer. I make sure that they're just as happy as I am with everything, you know what I'm saying? And like it's more of a cipher between me and the producer that I work with, or the DJ. And I love to build that process more of like how we're talking right now. Like I don't like just to text or DM it. I want to get to know the people I'm working with. So that's definitely part. I feel like that's important for any artist. Like it shouldn't be so robotic. Like a lot of people just send me that email and blah, blah, blah. It's like, nah, I'd rather learn who I'm working with. Yeah, I want to know who I'm working with and what kind of person I'm working with. And that seems to work much better. That's how we got that album together, because we would just toss back and forth ideas. And these guys are always in the lab. They would send me a mix, or they would send me 5 mixes before they were happy. They were like that discipline. And I like that discipline because I am like that in the booth. I'll spit a verse 25 times until it's perfect. I don't do punch-ins. I just keep going and going and going until the verse sounds absolutely fantastic, because it sounds better in the long run than punch-ins. I definitely don't recommend you to do punch-ins. It's so much easier.
Yeah, I'd rather just do the whole thing over. Yeah.
Man,
that's awesome. You could definitely hear it though.
Thank you.
You could hear the audio, you could hear the words, the every single instrument in the production. It's like it's perfect. When I was playing it today, I was like, yo, that shit's all right, man. I gotta say, that joint is definitely all right. So you're gonna be putting that on vinyl or cassettes or anything?
Yeah, we're definitely talking about putting that on some kind of physical, because just the engineering aspect, the masters are really, really good. So it would sound really good on vinyl or CD or cassette. You know what I'm saying? So we are definitely talking about that. If we don't definitely get around to it, then we're right now it's just on digital media. And if we don't come to an agreement, I think we'll both agree that it's okay to put out physical copies, and then I'll find a way to get it out there to the masses one way or another. It won't be, I'll let you know. Definitely.
Nice. So with all this that you got going on, obviously you got a lot in the cannon. You know what I mean? So what can we look forward to for Witchcraft in 2022 and beyond?
Yeah, well, definitely. For one, shows. I'm like eager to perform again. That's one of the things I really do best. Is I love an audience. I love a stage. But right now, I'm making a Certain Ones album that's coming out, and I'm thinking about putting it out in June, just like I put out Face the Mask. And that one will have a lot of great guests like Fortified Mind, Dali, Bobby Craves, Indigo Phoenix is on there. And there's a lot of really great features with different artists. And but it's all based around my new family unit with certain ones as a clique, you know what I'm saying, and what we do. And Bobby Craves is a big part of a lot of the mixing. And the producer is actually DJ Evidence. He's from across the pond. He's very talented. Like he sent me like 150 beats to sift through, and I'm like, man, how do you pick 8 beats out of 150?
150.
Yeah, because
That's
some of
work,
them you don't
man.
want to make sure you pick the right one, but it's at the end of the day, it works, you know.
That is work, man. That's what you call work.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm working with C the Cuban. We're gonna put out an EP. That'll probably come out a little later in the summer or early fall. And I'm doing music mentoring too. I do that as well. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
I can teach people how to develop their what they're trying to do as far as their lyrics, their delivery, all those different things, and even vocal lessons, because I do the singing thing too. So yeah, and then working with A7MC with Damon Flores right now. We got an amazing track coming out April 1st. I'm very excited to put that one out. And then C the Cuban. C the Cuban's another great producer. I'm working with both those producers right there that I just named. Are amazing. So I'm doing a lot of music with them. But the Evidence I'm very excited about, because it's an international album. There's tracks on there that have like a samba vibe, and then there's tracks on there that have pretty raw underground. So it's more of like an international vibe, and that's what certain ones are. Like, people are paying attention to what we're doing all over the world right now, and with the DJ. So this album is to celebrate what we're doing as a collective, but it's mainly it's going to be my album though.
Nice. Well, we'll be looking forward to all that, definitely, man. So for you, what was your highest point so far in your career?
Oh, that's a good question. My highest point. I never even thought about my highest point. You know, even if it sounds corny, it's fine. But this to me, I was really blown away that Gorilla Grooves picked my song last week as highlighted a mix. And just little things like that are so big to me, because you can't put a price tag on that. That stuff, like you said, it takes a lot of work to that point. And I love Rhino and Fred Ones. Those dudes is like hip. They love, like you said, they love the art of hip hop culture, and they play it to the fullest. And to be the highlight of the mix, to me was like, you know, bigger than going up in Columbia Records. You know what I'm saying? That to me was big, because it was more special. It was more from the right ears. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know,
Shout
now.
Radio.
I'm sorry, what you were saying?
Shout out to Gorilla Grooves Radio. That's what I was talking about.
Yes, man. Shout out to all these radio stations, man. All these internet stations, you know, Southern Vanguard and all that. You know what I mean? Like, I love those, you know, the DJs, DJ Butter, you know, like these guys, they live for this. You know what I mean? That's all they play, you know. So
Cut Supreme, man, just blown away. Cut Supreme, just that dude. He sleeps in the studio, dude. Like, he wakes up and does a 5-hour mix, and it'll be fire. Like, I'm like, how did dudes weren't doing that when I was growing up? You'd be lucky if you get 2 hours of a mix from like Red Alert or something. Like these dudes now are like whoa, you know what I'm saying?
Tone Spliff with those monthly mixes, man. Them Jones be like 4 hours long. That dude is amazing. Yeah, man. So then, if there was a producer that you would like to do an album with, who would it be?
Oh man, I would say first, and me and my wife talk about this a lot too, is she said she could always see it, would be Rick Rubin. I think Rick Rubin would really know how to develop my qualities that may need to be heightened a little bit in his, because he's good with grabbing the best out of people that we might not even have been hip to. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I heard this out of you, and I might not even have known it. I feel like Rick Rubin is really, I definitely would love to work with Rick Rubin, just for his mind besides his skill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that guy's on another level, man.
Yeah, man.
And it's crazy because the older he gets, the better. I mean, he falls asleep on the couch there. He got a bed in the studio, man. He wakes up. It's crazy. You want to talk about dedication, man? That's dedication in the purest form, man.
Yeah, and I loved Run DMC when they first came out. That was like the school dances. Run DMC came on, it was on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Run DMC, you know what I mean? KRS-One.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to see artists still come out like KRS-One. That last album he just put out, that joint is fire, man.
Fire, man. Well, look at Busta Rhymes, same thing, man.
Busta Rhymes, forget about it.
Album. I'm like, what in the world was he thinking?
The RZA with DJ Scratch, that's another one.
Favorites right now. Yep.
Woo, man.
Classic. Really, really good material. To me, it's my favorite Wu-Tang album since probably Old Dirty Bastard or Tikal. 20 years, like at least.
Look at that. Look at that.
That off.
I mean, DJ Scratch, when he goes in, he goes in.
Yeah. Definitely one of my probably top 3 favorite scratch and DJs with the trick. Yeah, I didn't even know he like that. His beats are crazy.
Oh, his beats are insane.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about EPMD.
Yeah. I take that back. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That guy been around for years.
Yep. Exactly.
And actually, he was on the mix show too. There was like a mix show that was on, I don't even know, I think it was on VH1 or something like that. He was like judging it. So, you know, he would always say, you know, don't bullshit me because I scratch, DJ, and I make beats.
Right.
A true DJ
True, yeah. Right.
has to do all that.
Yep.
So,
that's true. Yes, sir.
you got to have an ear for that, man. You got to have an ear for it, you know?
Yep, absolutely.
So, yeah, man. So, any new videos or anything coming out?
So the next one I'm going to be doing is Daughter's Eyes. That's on the Dead Poet Society project there, and that I'm gonna put out. I'm gonna wait a little bit for the late spring to put that one out, and I'm gonna be recording with Indigo Phoenix down in Atlanta. We're doing Seven Sisters we're doing one off the album with Evidence. It's the Ever song.
Nice.
We put that out already, but she's gonna go back and it's gonna be more. We're gonna remaster it, so it brings out the best of what we're both doing, and we're gonna shoot that in Atlanta. That's gonna be fire.
Yeah, she's amazing, man. I got mad love for Indigo, man. Definitely.
Yeah. She's another one that works all the time.
Yeah, man. If you hear the podcast when she was on here, you'll see why.
Right. Yeah. No, I've listened to some of the other interviews too. Yeah, right. Focused.
She's focused. She's ready to go, man. You know, and people don't know that, man. They just see like the finished product, which is okay because, you know, obviously they're not with you all day, but people don't know the grind behind making a album or getting ready to release something. You know what I mean? So when people get the finished product, they're like, yeah, no doubt. You're like, yo, you better like that shit.
Yeah, I tend to get real passionate with the music, but I got to remember to remove my ego in all circumstances. And then I approach the scenarios better. Like you said, expecting things from friends and all that. I don't need to do that. And there's nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, it's absolute strangers that really embrace, and I appreciate that, probably more, it's a different level,
Because at the end of the day, that's what we're aiming for.
Right.
We're aiming for the people to embrace us as artists, you know what I mean? And we like the feedback. I'd rather get the feedback from an unknown person. I love those DMs that come in and go, yo, that joint was hot. That's the greatest feeling in the world. Because you look at the name, you're like, who the hell is this? Right. But they listening to it, especially when it's from another country. That's when it really stings even more. When it's from a totally different continent. You know what I mean?
True.
Definitely, man. But I see you with a few producers. I see you doing stuff with few artists. And I think you definitely on the way up, man, on the way up. You're there, but you're going to get even more exposure. You'll see.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah.
So I wanted to bring you on here, man, for the people that don't know you, to know you, the people that know you, to celebrate you, celebrate your music, celebrate the new release. And man, it's up from here, man.
Appreciate that. I'll take flowers any day, man. It's definitely just, it's God's blessings for me. You know what I'm saying? That's to me is abundance.
Definitely, man. Definitely, And I appreciate everything you're doing, brother. And keep shining and keep doing your thing, man. The world is yours, man.
Thank you, bro.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yo, we wanted to bring Witchcraft today to show them some love and let them know what it is. And this was Let's Chop It Up with Ziz. And today we had Witchcraft. Blup, 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 blup. Booyah.